Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph, and welcome back to our Splashtop video interview series. Today, I'm joined by Elvis.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. So good to have you. One of our account managers here at Splashtop. We got some great questions here created by our very own Marie, who is our production assistant off camera. We'll go ahead. We'll just jump right into
Hmm.
it. So, as I mentioned, you're an account manager here at
Correct.
Splashtop. You originally started as an account executive.
Right.
Can you tell us about that journey and what motivated you to actually make that shift from account executive to account manager?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I've been part of the Splashtop family for 3.5 years. Started as an account executive. My role there was to find new business, generate new accounts. But I always found myself kind of looking back and, really continuing that strong relationship, and really looked into the account manager, as the opportunity to continue to, talk to those clients, help them grow, help them achieve their business needs using Splashtop. And I always took a lot of joy as far as onboarding clients, training them, and also solving any issues they may have. So, it was really a really easy transition for me. And, I enjoy it every day.
It's a great role that allows you to really get to know our customers
Mhm.
and you get to see the success that they're able to have with using Splashtop. So I bet you see a lot of great stories. But
Absolutely.
if someone isn't as familiar with the sales world and they're not as familiar with what an account manager does, can you give us a Snapchat of what your role here entails and what a day in the life looks like for you as an account manager?
Yeah, absolutely. As far as an account manager role, every day is a different day. I always look at it. You have different tasks, different requests from clients. Usually when I start my day, is looking at my email, any urgent requests from my clients, um, things that entails is, new training, onboarding, or if that's a support ticket, something that we have to make sure that the client, is taken care of. And really making sure that we are also most importantly updating our clients as far as new products. And something that's unique about Splashtop, we're constantly updating our product and making sure that I educate my customers on what's new with Splashtop. So yeah, the way I would say, every day is a new day, and it's a different day too as well. But something that makes the job exciting.
No, absolutely. With everything that might get thrown at you on a day-to-day basis, like you said, every day is completely different with kind of just what's coming down the pipeline. Are there any aspects that are kind of your favorite with this role?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite is onboarding the client and making sure that they're trained. It's each use case is different. We deal with different types of businesses here at Splashtop. With in shipping industry, construction, or general IT support, and it's something that really I really take a lot of pride on. Really getting to know my customers, doing research on what's their bottom line and how they're using our product, and make sure that I tailor each use case moving forward.
So, with all this kind of back and forth discussion that you have with a client once
Hmm.
they've kind of become part of the Splashtop family, how do you build strong, lasting relationships with them, especially since, I mean, so much of what we do is remote and it's rare that you're able to be face to face with one
Hmm.
of our clients.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, developing strong relationships is communication is key. Keeping that constant communication weekly or monthly, just following up, checking in. I also take advantage of meeting my clients face to face. Splashtop, we are part of many shows throughout the country, and when I have there's any sort of show in my area or territory, I always take advantage to attend and invite my clients. I always like to put a face to the name, and I think just building those long-lasting relationships is very important.
And you mentioned earlier how we have a lot of industries that use Splashtop.
Hmm.
And as you're talking about building these strong, lasting relationships, are there ways that you adjust your approach when you're working with these different industries?
Yeah, absolutely. I always like to, be prepared and to be 2 steps ahead when I'm being introduced to a new client. That would be, doing research on what industry they are, how are they using the product, why they purchased it. And, with all that information, it helps me tailor our solution on how they're going to use it and making sure that our product is really meeting their business needs at the end of the day.
No, that's fantastic. I mean, you mentioned one of your favorite parts is kind of the pride that you feel when you see the success stories that come out of our clients. Are you able to share a story where Splashtop has really made a difference for one of our customers?
Yeah, absolutely. One of our biggest clients actually was affected during the writer's strike. They're a studio that relies on work from other larger studios, and with that happening, their work was affected, and didn't have enough cash flow to pay for the subscription. What we did is we went above and beyond and make sure that we tailored our billing terms to meet their current needs. And I think that's something unique that Splashtop is willing to work with clients. We don't treat a client just like another sell or just another customer. We treat each customer as being part of the Splashtop family, and we're willing to sit there and really listen and understand the situation. I think that's really unique about Splashtop.
No, that's fantastic. I think that's very rare that you would ever hear of a business doing that, especially though being able to help a company like that when they really need it to be able to keep, just stay afloat as a company. So I think we want to shift our focus a little bit. We've talked about kind of what you do here at Splashtop. You've talked about some of the customers that we get to work with every day. And now I kind of want to talk about Splashtop as a product and what we do here. Starting with, as you're having these discussions with customers, what are some common misconceptions about remote access solutions that you find that you often have to clarify when you're having discussions with our clients?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the most common misconceptions of using a remote access tool like Splashtop is security, reliability, and ease of deployment. I would say they're the top three. But really with Splashtop, we are very secure. We have 256 1.2 TLS encryption. We're compliant. We are also ISO certified. Our product is, easy to deploy. You can deploy Splashtop within minutes, and reliability too. I'm proud to say that we're always up and always have a great team. Manages his Splashtop to make sure it's always running.
Yeah, it's truly fantastic with where we are in our industry. Obviously, it is such an important point to be able to talk about security and where we stand in terms of our security and the reliability and the ease of use, especially for businesses. Those are probably some of the top things that they're looking for. And so being able to talk about it and show that we have what it takes to be able to back up what we're saying when it comes to security, when it comes to reliability, and then when a customer starts using Splashtop themselves and they see it firsthand and they see how easy it is to use, it's really great to be able to show it off, because almost anytime we're showing this to a customer, you can see the moment where it just clicks for them.
Right.
And it all comes together great. So as these customers are using Splashtop, what have you found for businesses to be able to make the most out of a Splashtop subscription?
Yeah, absolutely. First things first, I think, is taking advantage of the training. I think we have a great training program here for our new customers at Splashtop. We also have a good knowledge base on our website that has articles on how to deploy Splashtop, how to manage Splashtop. Very easy to use, follow articles. And also, I think, most importantly is really taking advantage of all the tools that we have. I mean, I think we have a lot of great collaboration tools. We integrate with Microsoft Teams. We really have some great tools that makes it easier for the end user or the IT professional, especially our augmented reality. I think, it saves a lot of time for a lot of our customers who maybe have a large campus or may have different locations and they're working with various IT teams. But yeah, I think a most important thing I like to highlight is making sure that your team or as an individual user, you're trained to use Splashtop. But there's so many great tools that benefits the business at the end of the day.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's truly fantastic, especially later on this year. We'll have even a lot more to be able to show off and talk about in terms of being able to make the most out of your Splashtop subscription. But even with what we have right now, you mentioned Splashtop AR and people that might be working remotely or working with people with various levels of IT expertise. Something like Splashtop AR allows anyone to be able to help solve issues and get these things taken care of in a way that's easy for both the technician as well as the end user. So for companies that are exploring remote access tools, what would you say are the top 2 or 3 things that they should look for in a solution, and how can Splashtop kind of fit into all of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say to look into is reliability, performance, and ease of use. And that's something, that I really proud of that Splashtop offers. It's just reliable. It's always up. The ease of use. I think just looking at, Splashtop as a whole, it's you can deploy it into a large organization within minutes. We have so many tools, that allows you to do that, with, mass deployment or silent install. Also, we have a great support team and customer success team that actually helps to implement it or, onboard the client, and security as well. I think, security is important, being that, we work with a lot of large organizations. Security is always a priority for Splashtop. And, I think for clients, I would definitely recommend, looking at our security and compliance page. We have all the certifications, all the compliance and ISO certification as well. So, I would say that those were the most important.
No, absolutely. I definitely think in terms of our compliance, you go to splashtop.com/security. We have our full networking white paper available for an IT administrator to be able to check out and see more about our infrastructure and what we're doing there. And when you look at our compliance, ISO 27001, SOC 2, GDPR, CCPA, as well as even those that that's what we're compliant in. But we also do just adhere to other standards such as HIPAA, such as PCI, FERPA needs. We're able to just make sure that we meet all of those requirements so that any customer that we're working with, they can feel comfortable, they can feel safe knowing that their data is safe and that when using Splashtop, there's nothing to worry about. They can go about business as usual. And especially when they're using it as a remote access tool, it can feel more and more like you're just using the computer that you're connecting to as if you're right there. And It just helps to make it a seamless, safe experience for anyone using it.
Absolutely.
I think that's all the questions we have for today. So once again, Elvis, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
And again, everyone, thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time for another Splashtop interview.